Hello, everybody. It's Tara Limbird here with Limbird Real Estate Group, and I have my good buddy Alan Woody with iHeartMedia KIX104. However, I'm not going to be introducing him that way before too long. So, tell him the big news.
I'm going to be her employee now.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Limbird Real Estate Group. So, Alan, his wife Andrea works on our team, and now Alan, we're still going to call you Woody, right?
I would imagine.
We just have to, it's just like second nature. So Woody now has his real estate license, and he is going to be starting with us officially at the beginning of the year. So we're super excited. Congratulations and welcome.
I am too.
Woo!
Pass the test. Yeah.
Yay.
Anytime you pass a test, it doesn't matter what it is.
Right.
That's exciting.
Exactly. Yeah, you feel like the weight is lifted.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, for sure. So we first have to kind of talk about how this all started.
Let's do.
So I was trying to remember, has it been like 8 years, you think, we started working together?
I am terrible with time.
Yeah, me too.
But I have mentioned to my wife that I'm the oldest new employee you've ever had.
Okay, that's true. I can see that.
I've been working for you for a long time to be brand new.
Yeah. Well, I think it started 7-8 years ago, something like that, is when Nick and I first started tinkering with the idea of doing things on radio and television. We talked to you, and at the time it was Jake and Woody, and at that time it was Jake and Woody in the morning.
Yeah, so it was a while back.
Yeah, a lot of things have changed. So we started working with you guys. Y'all have always been great to work with, and so now here recently it's just been us, the two of us working together. Which working with iHeart and working with KIX and working with you guys has really been so easy,
Good.
Which has been awesome.
I appreciate that.
And then I guess it was probably about 2 years ago, Woody reached out to me and said, hey, my wife, Andrea, who's been teaching for how many years?
Many,
yeah, long time.
That's all I know.
Yeah.
I'm not good at counting years.
I know it was before COVID because he said she's been thinking about getting her real estate license, thinking about hanging up the teaching thing after many, many years. And he said, would you guys mind talking to her about it? And I said, okay. And I was excited, but I was also nervous.
I get it.
Yeah.
So was I. So were we. I mean, we've been working together a long time. It would have been really awkward if that didn't work out.
Yeah, I know. I was like, if this doesn't work well, how do you go on the radio and say, hey, use the Limbird team, but my wife is a realtor and works somewhere different?
And the same conversations were being had because I couldn't.
Yeah.
Because if she had to go elsewhere, if it didn't work out for whatever reason, and there's a million reasons that it might not have worked out.
Sure.
But if it didn't, then it would have been like, well, I gotta say sorry.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It would have been weird.
It would have been
Luckily,
super weird.
it was awesome.
I know. Yeah, we met with her and we were kind of like nervous, and then afterwards like, I really liked her. Do you like her? Yeah, I liked her. Like, she's awesome. So,
I like that none of you could believe you liked her. I couldn't believe it either.
Yeah, like, she puts up with this, right?
Amazing.
Yeah, totally. So, the funny thing is poor Andrea, she, gets her real estate license, does everything, and then that's when COVID pretty much happened, like right after that.
And so much of the last 2 years has been God's timing, really. I've mentioned it a couple of times. But honestly, and I actually feel bad about this, she needed that because the lockdown, for lack of a better term, gave her the time away from teaching to actually kind of hedge her bets on the real estate thing. So if it didn't work out, she didn't actually quit until way later.
That's true. I forgot about that.
School wasn't in, and then you had all summer to really kind of figure it out. So it was really fortunate. The timing worked out.
That's
really
true.
Well.
Yeah. No, so that was great. That's, when Andrea, because, of course, our office was shut down for a little while with everything going on. And so I think by the time Andrea had been working here, maybe 2 or 3 months, I'd only actually physically seen her like a couple of times, but just because of how everything happened. I see her all
the time. You're fine.
Okay, good.
You didn't miss much.
Yeah. Well, so that all worked out perfect. So, like you said, God's timing, the way it all happened was great. So then the next funny thing that kind of happened is not too long ago, you reached out to me, and oddly enough, I think you started capturing what I call the real estate bug, because you're like, Andrea, she's up at night, she's in the bedroom, and she's on the phone, and she's on the computer, and she's sending out emails, and she's negotiating this and that. And he said, I've just been listening. I'm like, it's just so intriguing. And then she has to show a house, and you're like, can I go with you? And you just wanted to tag along and be part of that process.
That every word of that is true. And can I just say, I think it's weird when a husband goes to work with their wives.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think it's just, I felt uncomfortable about that.
Right.
But I was so into the process. I was so into, just the idea of getting to meet somebody, get to know them a little bit,
right,
and then help them accomplish a big life goal, a
For
big
sure.
dream. And it was so cool to watch her be able to do that, one-on-one and just like kind of be a fly on the wall. And
definitely.
And I didn't participate at all, but it was really cool to see the interaction, to see how good she really was at it, because she's really good at it.
For sure.
And it didn't take long for me to go, man, I always enjoyed it. We would go to the Limbird agent bonus parties a lot, and I always enjoyed being around real estate agents and talking and learning. I didn't necessarily think it was ever going to be for me. And then I'm watching this, I'm paying close attention to her. I'm sitting in on your Zoom meetings.
Right, exactly.
Which even y'all don't want to be like this is great. This is good stuff.
Another Zoom
you
meeting.
do roll calling and stuff to get better and practice, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. Just this morning I was listening and like, this is great.
Yeah, that's
Chadwick
awesome.
from Huntsville wants to list. That's awesome.
That's right. I know, I love it. Well, the funny thing is it's probably been about a year ago, we all went to eat lunch, and I think it was at Marketplace in Springdale.
Yes, it was.
And because we would
and it was delicious.
That's right, yummy. So this is not a paid advertisement, but
no, it's not. But if you'd like to.
That's right. We'll give you our number. But one thing I thought was interesting is we used to try to talk fairly often just to kind of, you're like, tell me what's going on in the real estate market. What are some of the hurdles you're up against? So we kind of knew where to take the information to the radio. And then when we had that lunch, I was like, dang, you were on it, because you were like, you'd been sitting with the lockdown. We used to not have Zoom meetings, but with the COVID shutdown, we were having all these Zoom meetings. You're like, oh yeah, and it sounds like this is going on and that's going on. And it's almost like you've been kind of in training with the market and with
doubt
for almost 2 years now.
Yes. And it's so, I did get permission to sit in on the Zoom meeting.
Yes.
I would like to make that known. I wasn't
not
just
written
creeping.
Permission, but no.
No, there's nothing in writing there. But and you learn a lot of the granular detail of what you guys do.
Right.
And it switches from client to client and situation to situation. And I just love that. Like the idea that every transaction is a whole new, not problem, but question, a whole new set of get to know yous. And
for sure.
It's so fascinating that it's always different. It is always different.
Right.
And every time it seems, and I'm sure it's not every time, but there's almost always a way to make something great.
For sure.
Like you think something's going down the toilet, and then all of a sudden, with one good idea and one good conversation, boom, there we are with a better deal than we had at first. My wife just went through this with some craziness. And then all of a sudden, swoop, pulls out a great deal.
Right, for
sure. And one thing that I'm sure Tara knows, and you may, I turn everything into a wrestling analogy.
Oh, yeah.
And so when you see two kids wrestling, one kid might be just about to score, and then the other kid does. And it's the coolest thing, and this happens all the time in real estate.
Right.
Like, it's going bad. I got an idea. Boom. Good.
Yeah, for
amazing.
Sure.
So cool.
Well, it's like a lot of people think real estate is we're just salespeople. And just a degree, yes, we do have sales skills, but more than anything with real estate is being a problem solver.
Yes.
And that is like, if you can be great at solving problems, you'll do great at real estate, because, we always say when buying or selling a house, it's kind of like flying on an airplane. Sometimes there's going to be a little turbulence, sometimes more than others, but our goal is to get you to a safe landing and to figure out how to work through that turbulence with a transaction.
And it does definitely trust.
Yes.
Like, I don't feel, and obviously I'm pretty new, so I don't feel like I'm selling you a house.
Right.
I'm going to help you buy what you want.
Exactly.
But I need you to trust me.
For sure.
That I know how to get you there.
Right.
I know how to get you to what you want within the deal that you want to make in that. And that's That's really critical to me.
Right.
I don't want to sell you anything.
Right.
I don't want to have you wake up one day in the house that I sold you
right.
and regret it.
Exactly.
I want to help you buy exactly what you want, or help you sell the house you got so you can buy exactly what you want.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I think it's really cool. You're in a different position than most people when they get their real estate licenses. They're brand new to everything. But like I said, it's almost like you've had a little mini crash course over the last 2 years. So I think you're going to be able to, be up and running. You've got a better understanding of the market, what's going on. You've worked with us for so long, you know kind of how we operate. So I think your ability to go out immediately and start to help people is that transition will happen much more quickly than most.
Well, and with your team.
Mm-hmm, yes.
I mean, how many resources is there? I can't walk through this office without seeing 10 people that would gladly assist any teammate in getting the best for the client.
Definitely.
And that's an awesome feeling, because it feels like, instead of, hey, I've got a lot to offer, it's, we have a real giant treasure trove to offer.
For sure. And you're in a really cool position also, just with your background and how many people you know already here in Northwest Arkansas. How do you see being able to translate that and now go out and help them with something on a totally different scale or subject matter, but I think people already know you, like you, and trust you.
One of the big draws, one of the things that I loved most about watching my wife in this business and watching your team and everybody else, is getting to spend time with people one-on-one.
Oh, yeah.
Getting to meet you, understand what you're looking for, what your needs are, what you love, what you don't love, and then helping you get exactly what you want.
Right.
And so knowing that I know a lot of people in Northwest Arkansas, being able to help people I already know,
for sure,
that really pleases me.
Yeah.
That really lights all my lights,
right,
for lack of a better term. Like I had a friend reach out to me just yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And a really close friend, and I didn't know where they were at on this whole thing, but we had talked about dreams long ago while fishing. And he's like, we're almost there.
Wow.
Can you help? And I'm like, yes, I can. This is awesome. So it's just already becoming something really, really wonderful.
Right. Really cool. Well, I think a lot of people already know you, but just to give them a little more information is some things that you like. I know you like dogs.
Love dogs.
We have 2 office dogs, and Andrea and Woody are always all about hugging up on them. So
I like to actually smell dogs.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I don't deny being weird,
yeah.
Okay?
Hopefully they don't smell too bad. Yeah.
No, they smell great.
And I know you like fishing.
Love to fish.
Yes. Do you have a favorite spot or that you like to fish?
Wherever they're biting.
Okay. Yeah.
I do really enjoy trout fishing. That we do a lot under the dam there at Beaver Lake, but I like to get in on the crappies and the basses.
Yeah. So I used to fish when I was a kid. And it's funny because the terms I still keep, because Nick will go deer hunting and I'll call him like, did you catch anything? And he's like, well, I'm not really trying to catch a deer.
You know? I like to hunt, but if he actually ends up catching one, I'm all about seeing that video.
Yeah, no kidding.
I want to watch him fall out of the tree on top of that thing.
Or something. Yeah.
Got him.
That's right. I know you and Andrew are big into wrestling. You've got 2 sons.
Kids wrestling.
Yes.
And, well, not kids wrestling, but real wrestling. Folk style, freestyle, Greco, not necessarily professional. WWE doesn't light my fire.
No, you're not into that. So
no.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I don't like a predetermined outcome.
Gotcha. That's funny. And then of course you've got a background in broadcast journalism.
I've been making radio for close to 25 years now. 18 right here, or not quite 18 years. A little over 17 and a half years here in Northwest Arkansas.
My gosh. Yeah.
So yeah, it's been wild. And it's been hard. It's been really hard to leave a job that I love.
Right.
I do enjoy it.
And you're comfortable with, I'm sure.
Absolutely. And being uncomfortable is really exciting to me.
Yeah, for sure.
And I didn't necessarily know how exciting that was until I got a little uncomfortable.
Right.
Because I'm nervous all the time now. And I haven't been nervous in a long time.
I know.
It really actually feels really good to me.
Yeah. Well, that's people tell me, like, to find growth, you have to get out of your comfort zone. And so it's scary to do that, And then I had a coach the other day. He said, if you don't wake up every day and you're a little bit nervous about what you've got going on that day, then you're maybe in the wrong field or something. Just you have to have goals so high that you're nervous about them.
Oh yeah, maybe
you know what I mean?
Maybe get out and find something else. Like a little bit more. And I really get that. And as difficult as it is to leave something that you are comfortable with,
right?
And like I'm not mistreated.
Right,
I'm not digging ditches out there.
No.
I'm making smart aleck comments and going home.
Yeah.
So that's tough to leave that. So. But it is so exciting everybody's been so inviting, because when I brought it up to y'all, I was fully prepared, and I had already started taking the course and everything. But when I started talking to you guys, I was fully prepared for you guys to kindly like, it's okay. Maybe just stay with the radio thing.
Yeah.
Sure, get the license, but
yeah.
No, you're fine.
You're fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I fully expected that.
That's so
and you
funny.
were like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And Nick was like, yeah, you'll be great. I'm like, no, it's me. I'm not talking about Andrea.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. He's like, oh, well, in that case, no.
It was really nice.
Yeah, no, we're excited.
I'm really grateful.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we appreciate all you've done for us, and Andrea's been great, and so I'm excited to see what 2022 brings. And
we're just rolling. We're just getting started.
That's right. Heck yeah. So anything else you want to say to the people of Northwest Arkansas?
Thank you for the last 17, 18 years. Can't wait to help you find the house you really want to buy.
Okay. Cool. Well, keep following us. I'm sure having you on board and with your background, tell them what kind of crazy tricks we may come up with. And
we are going to have fun.
That's right.
We are going to have fun.
Love it. All right. Well, congratulations. Welcome aboard, Woody. And so you want to shout your phone number out there for anybody?
479-200-5393. That's 479-200-5393. Can we check with Andrea and make sure that's right?
Yeah, we'll do that. Our email, I think your email is up and running, woody@limbirdteam.com. So there you go. It's official.
I didn't even know that.
Yay!
Good day.
Boom. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.